This is the book we've been working on Unapologetic Manifestation. This is week 5. You'd think I'd be able to say it by now. Unapologetic Manifestation. 5 steps to create the life you want. And this has been a real gem, I feel. It's filled with, we still have a few books back there. It has meditations, it has visualizations, it has little blocks of insight, quotes, many, many wonderful stories. So you might want to pick it up because it really is a way of affirming and making changes in your life. I realized this morning it was 66 years ago when I first went into a Unity ministry. St. Louis, Missouri. Incredible, gorgeous, beautiful building. Jack Kern was the minister. And I sat there and I went, I don't like this. I don't like this. Yeah. There was no cross. There was no altar. There was a lot that I was used to. And I sat there and I listened and I listened. And in my mind, I'm saying, I'm never going back. Well, that wasn't the truth, was it? 66 years later. It was a year later from that first day that I went, that I was in college struggling, and my mother just almost begged me to go see this Unity counselor. I went to the Unity woman counselor who had the purse just like me, was dressed almost like me, and I'm like, I guess she's not so bad. And she sat down at a table and she listened to me. Now, I'd never really had someone listen to me in that way. Not in their head, not being a teller of what I should do. Actually listening to me from a spiritual viewpoint. Not right or wrong. No condemnation, no judgment, just listening. And I left there and went, oh, this is different. This is different. And then some of you know the Emmett Fox and the little pamphlet written about the key to the kingdom, the golden key. And that little pamphlet changed my life, and that's why I'm standing here. And I'm just going to give you the 10 seconds. The golden key reminds you that every moment that you feel in despair, every moment you feel misunderstood, every moment that you feel uncomfortable, every moment, and I could make a long list, it's just every moment you don't feel in alignment. Take your heart, take your mind. He uses the word God. We might use the word spirit, oneness, love. Don't allow yourself to be, my word is, smothered by that feeling. Encapsulated by that feeling. Go straight to your feeling of connection with wisdom, with love and light. So I'd love to ask this morning, why are we here? Are we here to see each other, to hear good music, yay, yay, get a cup of coffee? Are we here to see friends? We had nowhere else to go. No, I'm just kidding. What brings me here today? And am I ready to grow spiritually? That's what Unity is about. Unity is not about just reading the daily word again and again. Course in Miracles or something. Or having a conversation. It's about spiritual growth and wisdom. And part of that is the ability then to be that person like my friend Joan Kern, who listened with a heart, not a head. That's our work. We're to be in our heart. Now, of course, you know, you go to we always go to Costco and get gas. Many of you know we drive from Portland every week. So we always go to Costco, and Paul's a little disgruntled about the prices of gas. Anyone else here? So he starts in as we're pulling out of Costco. I say, hold that. I'm not there. I'm in my heart. Now he smirks at me and laughs. But isn't it true how easily we go off center? Yes? Yes. How easily we're pulled into the past, the future, the prices, the blah, blah, blah. We go there so quickly. And I think it takes a little longer to get back to here. Maybe not for you. So how do we stay internally connected and able then to share that with the world? Unity has a message, and I believe that's why we're here. Myrtle and Charles Fillmore had a message. It wasn't just for their friends and family. It wasn't just for Kansas City. They had a global vision. And from the moment they started, well, maybe not the exact moment, but it wasn't very long until they made that co-creative statement that they were one with Spirit, and Spirit would guide them and lead them. I just watched a video online this week of the ordination in Nigeria, African, of Unity ministers. There were 40 of them being ordained. They had beautiful robes on, and there was music, and Nigeria. And then it's Australia, and then it's Europe, and then, it's all over the world. South America. It's where we're growing the most. And we look at our little community, and I'm not going to use that word again, and then we look at our community and say, well, what about us? Well, what about us? We're doing the same work they're doing in Nigeria, and they're doing in Australia, and they're doing in South America. The question is, are we willing to stretch our wings and manifest that which we personally desire and that which we as a community desire? So I have some quotes from our book today, and I also have this little exercise. Are you going to be willing to play with me today? Because I'm going to ask you to play a little. Okay. I had 3. They're in the back row. Now, if you're not used to me, I'm going to make you laugh a little, please, okay? Okay, good. I didn't wait for you to answer that question, you notice. So there's our author is talking about the way we share. And he calls it 3 vaults, the way we share what's going on in our lives. So the first way we share is, and I'm just going to give an example. Nice day, I went to the park for a walk. That's vault number 1. Vault number 2 is, I felt tired, but I went for the walk anyway. Vault 3, it was difficult to get up today. I had low energy. I just made it around the block. Now you see the difference. First one is, I'm okay. I'm not sharing myself with you. I'm okay. The second one is, well, it wasn't so good. I'm willing to tell you that. The third one is, I opened my heart and I really told you I could barely make it around the block. Get it? First one, kind of, hi, how are you? Okay, I'm going to ask you to play with me and turn to someone and make the first approach like, you can use the one I did, I went for a walk today, or you can do like, I drove to church today, or I went to the grocery store, something very simple but true. So I'm going to ask you to turn to someone. Now, some of you came with your spouse, so that's an easy one. I'm going to ask you to turn, go ahead, This would be the moment. I say something you did. Just one sentence. I went to the grocery store. I went to the park. I put gas in the car. Elizabeth, you get Paul. Okay. Did everyone do that? Did that feel silly, kinda? Surface. That feels surface. It's not good or bad. It just was surface. Okay, second one is my example. I went to the park today. I was tired, but I went anyway. So that's just sharing a little bit. You see what we're doing. You're just sharing a little bit more of yourself. I went to the park. I was tired today. And I went on a walk anyway. Okay. Turn to someone. Think something in your life, just small. Go ahead. I went to the park. I went to the got gas. I put on these clothes today, whatever it is. Okay, this is the third vault. Are you ready? Okay, third vault. Woo! Oh, I knew this would happen. I'd lose you. The third vault is, I had difficulty this morning getting up. I barely slept last night. I could barely make it around the block. So that's a very sharing from the heart. Much more open, much more probably true. Okay, one more. We'll just take a minute. Share with your partner. Okay, good. So the third we got a kiss back here. They must have really shared. So this is about the depth that we are willing to go, isn't it? This is about being our true selves. So much of life we're on surface. So much of life we're just, We're just saying what people expect us to say. Yes, just me. Okay, 3 of us back there. We're saying what others expect us to say. When we really are honest, when we're really true, is when we connect with people. And that's what we are longing for. Would you agree? We are longing to connect. We are longing to know each other. We are longing to have a breath and be our true selves, and be our true selves. So when we think of manifesting, my mind often goes to, what do I dream of? And in the reading Sherry read from our book this morning, the people in your life who's going to support you in your dream, you already know. Take that in. The people who are going to support you in your dream, you already know. And in other words, they're already in your vibration. They're already connected to you. However, have you really been sharing with them from that depth, from that wisdom, from that desire? Or are you doing I went to the park today and went for a walk? So this is a willingness to be vulnerable. This is a willingness to be open. And this is truly what so many people have done that we look at. I read a little story in the book about Martin Luther King. So Martin Luther King was preaching in his Baptist church on a Sunday morning, and Mahaya, anyone know her last name? Mahaya, famous singer. That's it. Mahalia Jackson. Thank you. Mahalia Jackson was in the congregation that Sunday, and he's talking and just doing his talk, and she said, "Tell the truth. Tell him what you really think." And that was the first time he ever said, "I have a dream. I have a dream." And of course, he said that speech over and over and over until it made it to Washington, D.C. I have a dream. But he'd been hiding it. Just think of Mahatma Gandhi and all these people who have had this dream, this desire to make a difference. And that's you and me. We want to make a difference. Maybe we are not going to Washington, D.C., but we want to make a difference in Salem, Oregon. We want to make a difference at the Unity Community Center. We want to make a difference. And yet sometimes we're still talking here. So how do we get beyond and start sharing our desire to manifest? I was thinking this morning about Jesus and the loaves and fishes. And the loaves and fishes. Now, I've heard several different stories. It's 5 loaves and 5 fish and 3 loaves of bread, or it's the other way around. But it's about manifesting. That story, not necessarily, probably not a true story. It's a teaching story about trusting that what you desire will be there when you need it. Setting the intention and knowing. Now, I've heard many Unity ministers and other people describe what really happened in the loaves and the fishes. Now, I've heard a wonderful man who grew up in the Middle East. He said, word went out. He was going to talk. It'd probably be long. And so all the tradesmen showed up with food, and they were selling their wares. Now, I've also heard another person who grew up in the Middle East that said, we never traveled without food. You never knew what could happen. There could be a sandstorm. There could be all kinds of things. So we always had food with us. So did everyone just share their food? It doesn't really matter the specifics. What matters in that story is there was more than enough. So when we doubt, when we question, when we call it out, Jesus called it out, prayed over it, we use the word multiplied. So what is it in your life that you are holding on to and not sharing? What is it in our own world that we want to spread the word about many different things? We want to comfort people. We want to support people. We want to hold a bigger vision of peace. We have to speak it. We have to say it. We have to be it. So I wanted to share with you a little bit from this book. I've even written down the page. It's 156. And I have a marker. That's 148. 156. It's not enough to dream in silence or toil in isolation. When we open up about our journey, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others to walk alongside us to co-create the future we envision. Sharing our dreams attracts collaboration. Having crossed our path, we can connect with others. And unseen resources that might never have come to us become available. This collective energy breathes life into the vision, making it richer, more dynamic, and ultimately more attainable. But sharing isn't just about gathering support. It's about evolution. I'll read that sentence again. But sharing isn't just about gathering support. It's about evolution. It undergoes a transformation to new perspectives, challenges, and insights. The process, commonly referred to in design thinking, scientific discovery, and creative problem solving. The approach is foundational in the fields like art, technology, and entrepreneurship. Just seeing if you were listening. And it mirrors the natural way that ideas expand and evolve when engaged here in the world. Here is how iterative innovation works. Breathe. Synthesis. Are you with me? We begin with an idea, a dream that feels personal and whole in its original form. Exploring by sharing it, we invite new perspectives, fresh insights, and external feedback, stretching our understanding in ways we hadn't even considered. Resynthesis. The idea returns to us, refined, expanded, and enriched now, stronger and more aligned with its higher potential. Synergy, exposure, resynthesis. This process is closely related to dialectic thinking. Have you heard that before? Maybe. The thesis is antithesis, synthesis, knowledge scaffolding, and iterative creative cycle. So this is what's happening. It's moving, it's circling, it's growing, it's gaining energy, and it's co-creating. And that is what is called sharing the journey. And we are sharing our personal journeys, we're sharing our community journeys, and I want us to also step into, we are sharing unity's journey. Casting out the net and knowing there are people all over the world looking for comfort, looking for support, looking for realizing we are all one. Someone said to me when I came to Salem, "Oh, that's an isolated little place." Could be, might be, doesn't have to be. Can we think big? Can we throw our net out? Can we throw our net to Portland or Vancouver? The Northwest Regional event is coming to Portland this year. Many of you went last year to the regional event, and we are going this year. What a difference it will make. It's been years and years since it's been in Portland, and I happened to be one of the chair people when it came to Portland. Oh my goodness, a lot of work. But how are we going to be involved in that? How are we going to connect to the worldwide vision of unity? Or are we just going to go, oh well, that's not about us? Of course it's about us. That's who we are. And what a difference do we want to make here? People don't even know about us. They're looking for wisdom. They're looking for comfort. They're looking for support. And how do we reach out to them? How do we change our marketing? How do we change the way we throw our net out? Now, we're putting together a concert and interfaith gathering, June 20th. I want you to write that on your calendar, in your brain right now. We're inviting Jan Michael Looking Wolf and Robin Gentle Wolf. And this stage, they are known all over the world as Native American flute players, singers. They've stopped doing this year any outside, as they call it, gigs, but they've decided to come here. They will be here June 20th, Saturday afternoon. And with that, we are having an interfaith gathering. We've invited the Jewish synagogue. We've invited the Baha'i. We've invited the Buddhist. We've stretched out. Now, are we willing? Is that who we are? Yes. Yes? Good. Okay, in order to be more, we have to do more. Oh. In order to be more, we have to do more. And we have to outreach what we teach. We have to outreach what we teach. So I'm asking you put June 20th on your 2 o'clock on your, thank you, that was Trish, calendar, or on your phone or something, and invite people to come. Because this is going to be a dynamic event. We've asked these spiritual representatives to share a prayer, to share a chant. Now, Unity of Salem has done this before. It's not something you haven't done. You haven't done it in a while. And so we want to bring that energy here. Are we willing to invite people? Are we willing to set up tables? Are we willing to participate? And the board has decided we're doing this as a donation. There's no charge. Oh, wow. No charge. It'll be part of our tithe. It'll be part of people being sponsors. Round of applause. Come on. We are living and manifesting what we teach. Woo! All right. Thank you. Thank you. So there's a sign-up sheet. To get ready for that, we have some clean-out to do downstairs. I'm calling it now the lower level. It's not the basement. It's not downstairs. It's the lower level. So we want to clean that out and get it ready. And also, we're looking towards being able to share that space with more people. We have one AA group that meets down there, and we would love to have more, like a Tai Chi group. We'd love to have a counselor. We'd love to be sharing our space and having more people come in and find out about us. And we're welcoming space and just being part of the more. Being part of the more. The bigger picture. The bigger. Three. There's 3 of us. There's 4. There's maybe a few. Good. Okay. So, I'm just asking, what is your heart's dream? What is your personal, what is your individual, and what is your collective desire to manifest? I think if we stop dreaming and stop manifesting, we've almost stopped breathing. Whether it's a new kitchen skillet, or it's a new outfit, or it's a new car, it's a new friend, it's a new book to be part of a book club, it's the desire to travel, it's the desire to, whatever your desire is perfect. It's your desire. So we're holding that attention. Our lovely, wonderful Reverend Georgie's going to lead us in an abundance meditation. So I just want you to breathe in this morning. And as you go home, remind yourselves that you're here to manifest. This is part of the spiritual journey. We get a little complacent. Am I willing to share my heart, my wisdom, my inner knowing with others? Personally, as a community, and as unity, a global ministry. Okay, Georgie.
Good morning, all you smiling faces. Good to be up here and see you all down there. Throughout the month of May, Diana Moskal and I have been facilitating a group through 4 Wednesdays in May. We've got one more to go. We call it a focused prayer group. Okay, we just meet for an hour and do what we do. There's five women that are doing that. We will be complete with this piece that we're doing after Wednesday. Now, as part of that process, Diana has been reading what we call an abundance prayer at the end, kind of to close our time together. It was one of those things in a file that I stuck away probably 20 years ago, and as I'm cleaning out, I thought, oh my God, this is absolutely perfect. At the annual meeting last week, towards the end of the meeting, Kay DeRochi, who is not here today, asked for the mic. And she took the mic and she spoke about this. Now, there were a couple of people that could not attend on a regular basis because of their own schedules. But Diana sent them a copy of the prayer, of the abundance prayer. And Kay shared with the group that was there for the annual meeting. And she was literally beaming. And I will never forget what she said for the rest of my life. Okay? Because after she talked a little bit about what we were doing and about her use of the abundance prayer, she said to us, every time I use the prayer, I can feel my consciousness shifting. Now that's huge, friends. That is really, really huge. And Kay was just beaming when she told us. So then Reverend Victoria looked at me and says, we need some copies back there. And I said, okay, fine. So Trish got the copies out, and we've got them up back on the back table. I'm going to lead you in this prayer as a meditation. Okay? I'm going to say the words. It is in the first person, but it's not I up here, it's I out there that is they're being said to. And I'm going to ask you not just to listen, I'm going to ask you to hear. Thank you, Angela. To hear these words and to hear them in your heart space, okay? Because it's the feelings in our heart that speak to the mind of God or the universe or whatever word you want to use there. And it was why Kay was beaming. It was the feeling in her heart. And Reverend Victoria's just been talking about that feeling in our heart quite a bit this morning. So I'm going to get you kind of prepared, and then I'm going to share this. So go ahead, Angela. And I'm going to invite you, if you feel comfortable, to close your eyes. And if you feel comfortable, to put your feet flat on the floor, or uncross your arms, or put anything out of your hands. You want to be able to allow the energy of the universe just to run through you with no crisscross. So let's take a deep breath together, breathing in. And now let it go. Just check and see if there's any tense spots, any spots in your body or your mind or emotions that you just need to release right now. Just let them go. You can pick them up later if you want to. They can just sit by the door, but just let them go now. Okay, another breath. Breathing in and let it go. and feel your body just let go and become soft, open, ready to receive. From the light of God that I am, from the love of God that I am, from the power of God that I am, from the heart of God that I am, I decree. I dwell in the midst of infinite abundance. The abundance of God is my infinite source. The river of life never stops flowing. It flows through me into lavish expression. Good comes to me through unexpected avenues. And God works in a myriad of ways to bless me. I now open my mind to receive my good. Nothing is too good to be true. Nothing is too wonderful to have happen. With God as my source, nothing amazes me. I'm not burdened by thoughts of the past or the future. One is gone. The other is yet to come. By the power of my belief, coupled with my purposeful, fearless actions and my deep rapport with God, my future is created and my abundance made manifest. I ask and accept that I am lifted in this and every moment into higher truth. My mind is quiet. From this day forward, I give freely and fearlessly into life, and life gives back to me with magnificent increase. Blessings come in expected and unexpected ways. God provides for me in wondrous ways. I am indeed grateful. And I let it be so. And so it is. Now just stay in your heart. Can you feel the reverberation of those words? Can you claim those words? Can you own those words? Powerful words. Words with deep feeling, flowing forth from your heart directly into the almighty universe. Trust. Trust the power of your decree. Trust the power of the words. And if you choose today to take a copy off the back table, when you use it, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to be in the stillness, to absorb the power of these words. Prepare yourself for the feeling of shifting and growing and letting go of those things that are in the past or worried about the future. Be in the now moment when you pray this prayer, fully into the prayer. Do not let anything disturb you. Just watch the prayer enter your heart and move out into the universe. And so it is. Amen and amen. Now take your time. If you're not, make sure you can feel yourself in your chair before you open your eyes.
Let's just hold that a little longer. There's a sweetness and a power. It's the all. Thank you, Georgie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are so blessed to be reminded of who we are today and every day. And as she said, the prayers on the back table. Just think if we all took that home and did it every